It's going to prepare for a second. Let me,
Okay.
hello, everybody. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think it's just now connected. It's going to prepare for a second. There we go.
It
All
takes a
right.
little bit.
It
Yeah.
does take a little bit for YouTube to catch up with us. So hello, everybody. Super excited you guys are here. I am going to be we're going to be basically running a coaching session today. And before we get started, kind of want to run through a few rules for Zoom rooms. If you guys have participated in Zoom rooms, then just, give us a minute here so that we can help everybody so we can be the most successful in providing coaching today. So first of all, this is a place where we explore, where we have questions, and there's nothing that you can't ask. There's not a bad question. Okay. So basically, I want to encourage you. You're going to get more results if you just lean in, ask some questions. We're also going to acknowledge, I'm going to right now put everybody on mute. Here's why. It's lunchtime. The doorbell's going to ring. The dog is going to bark. It's summer, and the kids are going to say, "Where's my sandwich?" Okay. So I'm going to put everybody on mute. And when you have a question or you want to contribute something to the conversation, just unmute. Okay. So I just want you guys to know the purpose for why we're putting folks on mute. We also find that you get better results if you turn on your video. Okay. Being able to see everyone's faces allows for sharing, it allows for collaboration, it allows for this whole belief and this, like, I'm going to tell you, years ago when I first started working here inside of the Art Boss formula and creating it, I didn't recognize the power of community. And Miss Shauna is, and also Mr. Nick, known both of them for a long time, as well as Miss Rita, who's here today. And I'm always so impressed with everyone's, like, what they contribute, and the power of community and what we learn from one another is priceless. Okay, it's priceless. So today we're going to kind of walk through some questions first. I want to really walk you through how to start analyzing your business and how to really uncover what you need to be doing next. So we're going to start out with a little bit of introductions, and we're going to kind of lead into a little bit of a questions section where I'm going to ask you guys some questions. So I'm going to go first, and then I'm going to ask for Team Art Boss to step up and introduce themselves. And if you're already an art boss in the program, I would love for you to also introduce yourself as well. So my name is Ren. You guys, I've been able to chat with you for 4 days now, but it's such a different experience, and it's so much better being able to see your faces. So thank you for hanging out with us today. You know a little bit about me. I'm an artist. I love art. I'm an artist, and I also love that I get to talk about art business. We're going to chat a little bit in a bit about kind of what artists are, what it means to be an artist, and what we want to have happen in our business this year. Okay, but I'll get to that next. And if it's okay, I would love to pull up Miss Rita first. Rita, would you unmute and introduce yourself? Let's see here. You are still on mute. I'm going to ask you to unmute. There we go. Because I turned everybody off. Sorry. Okay, you're still on mute.
Is it now?
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
your beautiful voice.
Third time's a charm. Okay. Hey everybody. I'm Rita Bearcat. I'm the community manager for Art Boss. I'm also the camera ready coach. So when you ready to do your videos, I help you with that. And I know it's gonna be awesome.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome. All right, let's go ahead and pull up Shauna. Would you introduce yourself? I know you're letting folks into the room too. So
I'm Shauna St. James, so I get to help all of you who are art bosses really create content that's going to help you convert. That's what we want to do. We want to make sure that you're connecting so that you're getting engagement, and that all happens with our content. So Karen gives you a system, and we help you create content within that system to help you grow your business.
perfect. Perfect. And then Nick, let's go ahead and grab you. Nick is an art boss.
I'm an acrylic artist and worked with these wonderful people for a little while. Rita's the bomb. Shauna's amazing. Ren, I love. So I'm like kind of everyone's cheerleader. So if you have any questions about the program, and like I'm just gonna tell you, I love it. I'm one of the people that call it the tool. It's like my other paintbrush. So that's basically me. And yeah, I'm loud and bubbly and kind of like annoying sometimes. So it's one of my gifts and fatal flaws.
You're so funny. You're fun. All right. Before we jump in, I noticed we had someone who came in who just has iPhone. I either need for you to like take off your camera so we can see you're a real person, or we're gonna have to remove you from the room. Okay. Just like years of experience here doing these kind of meetings. If we don't know who you are, we remove you from the room because we're protecting the privacy of everyone in here. So the iPhone user, like just take off your camera. We just need to see that you're a real person. Otherwise, like I'm kind of going to do the countdown. Like, Sean.
Or you can put it in the chat if you're
Oh
a
yeah,
place
that's
where
true
you
too.
can't, just put it in the chat and
Thank you.
tell us who you are. And then it's
Yeah.
Linda.
Okay,
It's
awesome.
Linda.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Linda.
you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Sorry, I've kind of had some experiences in the past. So thank you for doing that and letting us know who you are. So you guys were really excited to get to meet you. And as we run the meeting, we'll be able to meet each and every one of you. Really want to start first with kind of talking about, and this is the question. I know some of you have already answered this question inside of the Art Boss formula, the Art Boss challenge, the day one homework. But it's so important for us to start with goals, and that's why we're going to do it again. Go ahead in the chat. So if you're not a big user of Zoom, down at the very bottom, you have a little icon with like little bubbles, kind of like little thought bubbles. That's your chat. Go into the chat and share with us, what would you love to happen in your art business this year? Okay, so just go ahead and type it in. It doesn't need to be, anything super specific. Just kind of like share with us what you're thinking. I mean, it could be something more of a big goal that you've been trying to reach for your whole entire life. It could be a specific goal of like, you know what, I want to make 10K a month. It could be. Let me just go ahead and share mine. Okay, this is what I would love to have happen in my art business this year. Okay, so last year, 2023 was a tough year. Okay, I lost my father. Like my 18-year-old was whirly squirrely. And what the clarity I got last year was that if I didn't have a business that was automated and I didn't have a business that could actually function and run, even when my business, I couldn't give my business the love I needed to because I had to give my family that love. I recognized how important it was to have an automated business. So what I would love to have happen in my business this year is I would like to 30 hours instead of 40 inside of my businesses. Okay. And I want my automations to be able to give me my time back so that I can then spend those other hours doing what I want to do. Okay. So that's what I want for like my business, what I would love to see happen in my business. I'm like anyone else, I'm looking for here we go. Morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm really bad at reading chat. So like, if anybody is like has a question during the session and I miss it, at the end, don't worry. Okay, I'll take those questions. Okay, so I finally got it. I would love to start
Do
an
you know
art
how to
business.
do you
Yeah.
know how to turn off the little doorbell thing? I don't know how to turn off the doorbell.
It's in the back room.
Okay, no
It's
worries. Just
yeah, I know.
before you get into questions.
I know. I'm hoping that folks just
It's not a
finally
big
kind
deal.
of join. Yeah. I have to remember to turn it off ahead of time next time. So I'm okay. I would love to start an art business. Absolutely wonderful. I mean, like, why not? Let's start looking at our goals and making sure that we're getting some even more clarity. So I said to keep it really short right here, but I want to encourage everybody, like, what does that mean? I want to start an art business, like start, like it's so that I can have, it's always a so that I can have financial freedom, so that I can walk away from my corporate job so that, but you don't need to put it in the comments. I just want you to have that for your notes. I want to live off of my art business. Now I like that because that's more specific, right? I love that. Increase sales by 20 grand. Okay. I like that answer too. Now we're really getting specific. if you've been around for a little bit, you guys know that I love numbers. Okay. So the more numbers you can give me, the easier it is for me to help diagnose and uncover what you need to do next. Client awareness, formulate my value proposition, 120K net. Okay. Like I love this. I'm literally just reading in order. Everything is becoming more specific, and I want you guys to have that clarity for your businesses as well. Start making real money, 5K a month, looking to create a career, including art sales and perhaps lessons. We have an art teacher here. That's great. I'm assuming you mean art lessons. Would love to talk more about that. Sell at least 3 original paintings a month. I love that because this is Jasmine and I know what she charges, and that's putting her well beyond the path of 6 figures and beyond. So I love that. Um, I would love to turn my business into a serious income stream and make 5K in profit. Woo, good. Okay. There is a difference between sales and profit. Establishing a system, sales of 10K. Like these are all great. I'm looking to level up to 6 figures. I'm kind of now just skipping around. I'm not reading every single one of them. Okay. I would love to work full time and am committed to a goal there that I feel I would give something back, but would also like to be building up an art business and help me retire. So here's what I heard. There's a serving component in there. And when you say giving back, I assume you mean giving back to the world. I love that. I love that. Passive income. Like you guys these are great comments. I just don't want to spend all of our time reading through all of them. Go ahead and make sure you are reading through all of these comments. Yes, lessons. Okay, perfect. And I have a studio in a sleepy town and really need to get art in front of my actual buyers. Okay. I used to live in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Okay. There it will talk about a sleepy town. Okay. And a lot of us are in that same scenario. Okay. So even when you live in a really big city, sometimes it's about being able to get out even further than just what, like I'm looking at Nick, a 5-hour radius of the city that you live in, and moving to where you actually have access to the world if you want to. You can choose in the online market. You can limit it to just the US or you can go international. So so perfect. Perfect. Okay. All of that is amazing. So now I would like for you, whether you've said this in the comments or not, okay, if you haven't yet, tell me what your monthly sales goal would be. Not what you're currently doing. What do you want? How much do you want to bring in every single month? Okay. If you want to share, go ahead and share. If you're like, that's a little too personal for me, just write it down on a piece of paper. Okay. Because 6K, 5K, 10K, and I see pounds here too. So Europe. Okay. I know someone's from England here. So welcome. It's late for you guys. Thank you for hanging out. 2K for starters, 10K. Okay. The main reason I'm walking you through this is if my job is to help you uncover what you need to do next, we have to start with goals. We're going to have the energy goals. We're going to have the reasons why we're doing this, why we're choosing this particular industry, this particular lifestyle. We call it the artist life. And we have to have clarity on our numbers. Okay. So thank you for hanging in there with me and doing this. Okay. It's very specific. Once I know what your goals are, then I can help match up everything to everything and we can start diagnosing the disconnect. Okay. So hang in there. I got a couple more questions for you. I want you to take a look at your product. Okay. How much on average are you charging for what we like to call your signature offer? Like, again, if it's too personal and you're like, I don't really want to share in this, I don't know these people well enough, just write it down on a piece of paper. Are you charging on average $500 for a piece of artwork? $1, I see even square inch pricing is great. $2 a square inch, $2,500, 5K, 3K. Okay, perfect. Keep them coming. Okay, I'm not going to read through all of them. This number is super important for us to be able to start looking at how many leads we're going to need to generate on a monthly basis. Okay, so we are going to do some actual math in a minute. Okay, so keep on going. Just put them in there. So, no, I wish I could turn that off, but I'd have to close out the call. Okay. If you don't have an offer right now that's at least $1,000 or more. Now, for my friends in England, you're using the pound. I mean, the British pound and the US dollar are pretty close right now. So when I say dollar, just kind of put the equal sign equals a pound. Okay, for those of you who are popping in from Europe. And so we need to have an offer. Okay. It doesn't mean that every single one of our paintings it's going to cost $1,000 or more. It means we have to have an offer, something that we can take to market that becomes what we like to call our core offer or our signature offer, because it's going to be what allows for us to make a profit. It's going to be what because I love that when someone was like, they gave me what their sales goal was, and they said, I want my profit to be. Okay. So we want to make sure that we have an offer that we can put out into the marketplace that is at minimum $1,000. Now, for those of you who are like, I don't have one yet, I guarantee you do. You just don't have clarity on it yet. And we can work with you on getting clarity on what your offer is that you're going to be taking to market. Okay. So I'm going to stop just here for a second. We're going to start. I'm going to ask you to unmute if you have some questions, but the signature offer training for those of you who are here as a VIP member. Okay. So I just want you guys to know, those of you who took me up on the offer to be a VIP, you have access to what we call the signature offer training, which aligns your whole entire product that you're taking to market. And it helps you identify how you create an offer, that the value, because we're talking about value here. It's not what you're currently closing, the price you're closing. It's what your offer is valued at. So you guys have already access to that signature offer training. Okay. It was a steal deal price in that VIP offer. Okay. So let's let's do some math. And I want you guys to pop in here, and this is where I want to start talking to you guys. Okay. So I want you to take your monthly sales goal, and I want you to divide it by the value, the price you would like to charge for your signature offer, right? Like, I'm going to pull some numbers out. I don't know if they're aligned, but we had people who were like, I want to make 10K every single month. I don't know if it was the same people, but if you're charging 3K, someone's like, I charge 3K for my artwork. That means you only need to find 3 people a month. If you're not currently finding anyone, 3 people might seem a lot. Well, I'm also going to ask you, are you running a selling system, and are you running a system that'll let you find leads? Okay. So how many people a month on average how many do you need to find? 5. Okay. I see 5, 4. There's some of you out there, and I know you're out there, that you have 10K offers. You only have to find 1 person a month. No clue. It just popped really fast. Let's uncover that. And I'm going to let you unmute, and I'm going to, you don't have to do it right this second, but if you were like, just tell me how many sales I need to make every month, then I can reverse engineer this. That's exactly what we're going to do. Okay. So we're going to spend time right now. So I want you guys to know, now's the time. I want you to start asking your questions. I know you've come here with a lot of questions, but you have the numbers that are going to allow for me to help you uncover what you need to do next, so that when we start moving into the Q&A section, it allows for me to say, okay, what are your numbers? What's your sales goal? What do you want to have happen? Okay. Because it comes down to helping you diagnose this, is saying, well, what's keeping you right now? Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. So, anybody want to go first? Do you want to raise your hands and go first? And I will allow for you to ask any questions you want to during this time frame, but a lot of it really comes back to when I have information from you guys, and we've walked through this already, it allows for me to help just diagnose the disconnect. And during this segment right now, what'll happen is we have Rita, we have Shauna, and Nick has, because he's in the program, he's going to have really keen insights as well. So between the 4 of us, it's not just going to be me diagnosing a disconnect. It's not just going to be me kind of going, here's your next steps. We're going to work as a team, and you're going to experience what it's like to be in the program. Okay. Anybody want to go first? Just go ahead and hit the hand raise sign if you want to go first, or unmute, because the hardest one is the first one. but I'm going to tell you the one who gets the most value is the person who goes first too, because we dig in. We dig
Hi,
in.
Ren.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. Hey, girl.
Hey.
Jen.
All right. So I'm not sure that I understand the question well, but here's what I have, and here's what's not working for me. So I have a website that's set up. I did the website audit that you asked, that you have provided, and I basically cover all the steps except for 6 and 7, which all has to do with the conversion and like the end conversion and actually the sale and everything. Now the thing is I have been for a month and a half. I have been sending out on Instagram and on Facebook a ton of organic ads. Okay, now it's not paid ads, it is organic. I'm just
That's cool.
sending offers and sending, when it was like Amazon's Prime Day thing, I sent a whole bunch of things for the whole day or for 2, 3 days in a row. And I'm using every different things that I hear that's going on, and I'm sending stuff, offers, the same kind of offers that others are offering, just to try to bring people to the website. Okay. Now I don't have very much followers, neither on Instagram nor on my business Facebook page. So, well, I have to say it was really disappointing because the last month and a half, I haven't had one single person out of all those ads that I've sent, and they were many, that have actually gone to my website through those ads. Nobody. So I've had a few friends that signed up for an email, but they're all close friends, people
Here's
that
what I
I,
need to know. Can I ask you some more numbers?
yes.
How many eyeballs did you get on those ads?
See, I
Like,
have no idea. I don't know how to do that.
uh, uh,
Ah,
mm,
I know.
I
It's
need
bad.
numbers, right?
Oh, I know.
That's one reason I do like to set up systems that allow for me to collect those numbers so that I know
Right,
that in order to find 200 people a month who actually give me their email address and say, tell me more, right? This is a big filter. I'm going to pull up a slide in a minute. But we have to, instead of you're trying to sell to the world, girlfriend. You're trying
right.
to sell to the 2 billion people who check into social media on every single day, instead of trying to sell to the people who already said, tell me more.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm
And
aware.
so if you don't know how many, like I can pull up for any one of my offers that I have out there, and for any art boss who's running an offer, we can look at exactly how many people have seen the offer to know exactly how many people said, tell me more, to
Hey,
then
that's
run the
awesome.
selling system.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
Right. So that great question. And this is a normal learning process. Like
Right,
if you don't know, there are tools. And that's why I'm so obsessed with the champagne room, is because all you need to do is insert a lead magnet to collect email addresses. And that's where you get the people who say, tell me more. Okay. It's just a tool that we have to insert in the right place in our ads, whether they're organic. I love that you're doing organic, because we can measure the results of your organic traffic compared to your paid as well.
right.
Okay. So
Okay.
it's,
So,
I would love to jump in on that
yeah,
if I
for,
could.
yes,
So
absolutely.
I'm one of those people that I consider myself an organic ninja.
Yeah.
So I love working the organic because I really love building the relationship portion of it. Once I got the champagne room, I the amount of leads that I saw that I was missing because I had something to track it was crazy. It was awesome. It was like, so then it made me like it, so it just added more to my, working the organic and the paid. And so it was really super awesome to see this one tool to pull everything in, and I didn't have to go 14 different places to be
Mhm.
able to find that information.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
Yes.
awesome. So what you're saying is basically that those tools that you're offering, or one of them anyways, at least, what it will do is when there's an ad that's ran, anyone who actually has their eyes on my artwork, their email or their contact will somehow be gathered and be available to be able to follow.
Not somehow, they will opt in. They're more
Oh, they get
qualified.
to, okay, okay. So you create an ad that they have to opt in. Oh, so they're interested.
So they're interested. And people are like, well,
Oh,
I don't have enough people who are interested, because you're not getting you're
because you
not
don't know who they
getting
are.
artwork in front of the right people. And so
Oh, that's
organic
awesome.
traffic, yeah,
Okay.
perfect. The clarity here. Organic traffic, like number one, Nick is a organic traffic ninja, and there's huge benefits to it. Relationship building is super important in organic traffic. And when you're really driving sales through organic traffic, your sales conversion rate can be so much higher that way. But be prepared to spend more time and get overwhelmed that you're like, I'm doing all this work and I don't even know. If you're telling me I don't even know who's
I
seeing my
have no
stuff,
idea.
then there's our sales problem. We just need to
I see.
insert. Okay. So, and then for those of you who are like, I will never run an ad because I have no idea what I'm doing. That's why we have Diana Manti, who's here running your ads for you, getting 29 cent, 88 cent on average, $1 leads for you guys. Those, because she does it every day and she's a master at it. We
Awesome.
don't have to be an expert at Facebook ads if you don't want to. Okay. I used to run my ads 2 years ago. I was running all my ads all the time. I don't need anyone. I don't need anyone. My cost per lead was $15. And it just was what I believed was my cost per lead, what it was going to cost me to find someone to give me their email address when I was running the system. I brought Diana onto my business, and now my cost per lead is 29 cents for an art buyer. I'm like,
Wow.
she pays for herself and I save money. Like, it's just like, I just want you to know I have these people on retainer. You can choose to use them or not. Okay. And they know our system, they know how to find art leads. You can go over to Fiverr, try to find someone to run your ads. You're going to have to train them how to run your ads. You're going to have to show them exactly what you need them to do, because they don't magically know your business until you know your business. Okay. So just
Awesome.
love it. Love it. Jasmine,
Perfect.
you know, I love you and I love your artwork. So that was
Thank
a
you.
wonderful question. So I want everybody to recognize she went first, and I hope it brought not just clarity. I know it, like, for her, but for you. Okay. This is the power of community. When you just like, you have a question, ask it. Okay. So cool. Next person, anyone have questions?
Yeah, hey Ren, it's Tim.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Tim, how are you doing?
Awesome. Yeah, hey, I wanted to add something real quick, and I do have a question. So my main generation system for getting leads is pretty low to the ground. I do an offer of of get a free print if you sign up for this contest. My prints are relatively inexpensive for me to buy and ship, less than $10. I run the ad for 5 to 7 days. I usually gain anywhere between 50 to 55 people, depending on what the print is. I let Facebook organically run it for me through their AI system. It works out really, really well. And then I'm able to capture all of his emails, because to enter the contest, you have to give me the email. So my question is this: is the Art Boss system, once I have those leads, what's the conversion rate of your average client? How many leads do I need to get to be able to get those 4 art buyers that are really going to take advantage of my signature offer?
Okay. Okay, cool. Great question. Okay, great question. So here is what I see. Okay. I know that you need at least 200 leads a month. That's what I want to see. And we're going to assume until we have your numbers that you're going to be able to close 3% of them. Okay. So some people are like, 3%, actually, it's a really great reframe for people. It's like most of the people who say, tell me more, still 97% of them are going to say, not yet. Okay. They're not saying no, they're saying not yet. Okay. So 3% conversion rate. And that's why I know you need at least 200 new people in every single month, so that when we run our sales system, which isn't just posting, guys, here's my picture, here's a picture of my artwork and price. It's a full entire system. It's a marketing campaign that drives people to the offer. Okay. So we're looking then, if you have 200 new people, you're looking at 6 sales. Is that enough to make you your 10K or your 20K a month? Until I know what you're offering, right? That's why these are not cookie cutter businesses. Look around this room. Everyone has unique art. Even if we have multiple acrylic landscape and multiple oil painters who do abstracts, and we have a couple people who do pottery, and you guys all have unique businesses, because it's more than just your pretty, beautiful artwork. It includes you. Okay. So your conversion rate is going to be based on really it's collecting the leads, talking to the leads, talking to them, not just like, hi, how are you doing? It is the path to the sale training that we did on the day 2. Like, how do you set up your path to the sale? Then making offers. So 3% conversion rate is what we would start out with. I'll tell you, some of the artists in here make 10% conversion rates. Some of them only have 1% conversion rates, but it doesn't matter because then we just back up the whole system and go, well, you need more than 200 leads this month in order to meet your sales goal. At 29 cents a piece, if you're charging 20K for a piece of artwork, who cares? Who cares what, right? So it's in the other way as well, right? I do have some people only need to get 100 leads in every single month because they get a 3% conversion rate and the price of their product, right? Then maybe their cost per lead is a little bit higher. This isn't cookie cutter, but it's the same framework. Did that answer your question, Tim? Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
I want to pull in Shauna for a second and really like this is, guys, conversion is about content. It's about powerful content. It's about more than just posting. Like a lot of people go, well, I post everywhere and I'm making offers all the time. But if you're just posting a picture of your art and saying, DM me if you want to buy, salesy weirdo. Salesy weirdo. Okay. So Shauna, do you have anything to add to that? Because I know.
Well, we really want to help you guys create content that shows all the people who are out there looking at your artwork what the real value of your artwork is, right? It's not just something to decorate their wall. What are they really getting when they purchase your artwork? And that's the content that is going to help you, A, stop the scroll and attract people because they're going to be like, oh my gosh, she's talking to me. He's talking to me. And 2, help people start engaging with you. And then we bring them through the whole sales system that Karen sets up for you. I mean, it's amazing. But it all starts with making sure that our content is out there and expressing the value of what it is we offer. That is what we need to get to. And a lot of times you think you're doing it, but really, if we're not explaining the benefits of what we provide for our customer, the solutions, the transformations, if they can't get a grasp on what that is, then that's when we have problems with sales.
Thank you. So true. Okay.
You
Anybody
do have
else?
a couple of questions,
Oh,
by the
do
way,
we
in the chat.
Okay, thank
Mhm.
you. Thank you, Shauna. I admitted it at the beginning. I'm horrible at reading chat.
And Pam had a really good question about.
Go for it. Would you read it for me? Because I'd have to go find it. Do you have it? Oh, you're on mute now, Mr. Nick.
She Pam had asked the other day about filtering through spammers,
Hmm.
and how to prevent those and know what the quality clients. And I think that it's a good question in the sense of how the Champagne Room kind of allows you to filter out people. And so I think that's a good question for her. What she's asking, what the Champagne Room does, and go from there. So I'll let you go.
Pam, are you here today, or was it someone is this a question you're pulling up from a couple days ago? Oh, there you
No,
are.
it's I think Pam's here. I don't know
Yeah,
where she's
Pam.
at, but
Pam, would you unmute and then we can, I think that's an amazing question. Amazing question. Perfect. Yeah, you're unmuted.
Yeah, I was just wanting to know how to stop people from other countries. I was getting a lot of action out of Africa, but
like men asking you and telling you that you're beautiful.
no, were they supposed to?
Well, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are, but yeah, it's just part of the process. We're going to talk about how we can protect ourselves from that. Do you want?
But here's what I did. I just got pissed off and I said, screw that. And I just went to my personal website and I run everything through my personal website. So then it's only people I choose as friends. And so that's where I sell.
Your personal profile when you say
Yeah, my personal Facebook page. Yeah.
Okay. So you're not running your business through your business page is kind of am I hearing that correctly?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I love that. right? We're going to talk a couple aspects, and I think Shauna and also Rita and Nick as well are going to be able to kind of chime in on this. So first of all, we're going to talk about Facebook and the metaverse and Instagram and YouTube and Snapchat and all the social media platforms. And this is for everybody. I mean, this is a great question. This isn't just for Pam. Uh, we're playing in someone else's sandbox. Okay. And they own the rights. They run big businesses and they spend a lot of money and they make community rules and we might not understand them. And guess what happens when they open it to the public and they make it free? The riffraff gets in. And the troublemakers and the spammers and the annoying people and the people who are coming in up to no good. They're going to come in and they're going to play in the sandbox with you. Okay. You have a choice to leave the sandbox. Okay. Leave billions of potential untapped customers because someone chased you out of the sandbox. Okay. Or you have the option to now start protecting your business and making sure that we're going to show you exactly how to start protecting your business. And yes, I like that you're now funneling everything through your personal profile. Okay, we have some recommendations that we can share with you, like on how to even continue protecting your business. Okay, so number one, there are things we can do in the metaverse to make sure that those people don't have access to us. Okay. Number two, we also have the ability to bring those leads when we bring them into the champagne room. When we find someone that's up to no good, just call them, they're troublemakers. We can lock them and block them as well in our champagne room. We can hit a little button that says, never send this person another email, another text, another message. And so it allows for us to, as we bring in our leads and start to bring them closer to us, we're casting our net wide. We're going to bring in the troublemakers, but as soon as we find them, they will never get another piece of information from us again. Same goes for our competition, because you know what? When you start really making serious cash out there and people can see you're making money, you're going to also attract your competition who's going to try to see behind the scenes, and we can lock and block them as well. So in our CRM, which is the champagne room tool, and that's what Nick was talking about. We can use the champagne room to identify who we don't want to talk to anymore. And then everybody knows over in Facebook, you can block people, right? We can block them. And we can also there's a whole series of things we can do on the back end to protect ourselves from being hijacked or taken over. Okay. So does that answer your question, Ms. Pam?
Yeah, I guess my name is getting out there. Like I'm a small potato and I just started painting 6 years ago, but my name is starting to get out there. And recently, I'm flinging my artwork up at distilleries and different places, and people are clicking on my business Facebook. And there's not anything there or hasn't been for years. So I feel a little bit dumb that I've got to reignite it and get going again and not be so pissed off about Africans. But yeah,
There's
I've
some
got to
simple ways that we can do it.
reignite it, or else I dump my personal into my business. But I don't want to be repetitive with my personal and my business, because there's that too,
Don't worry
right?
about that. Don't worry. We're gonna show you how to funnel in your social media.
Okay.
And you get to choose what your funnel looks like, right? We go from where everybody sees us and we're starting to just make them offers to come into a smaller buckets. That's all we're doing. Okay. So anybody else, Rita or anyone?
I was just gonna say I get from the Asian market, I get a whole slew of sleuthers, I guess. Like just yeah, and what I've done is if I've actually I connect, it's the champagne room and then also Instagram, but the Meta has been really great about reporting those people. And as we talked about in training, setting up your Facebook group through your business page, you can also filter through those people with that, and then it can still to redirect to your website. So I mean, and that's all the things that went in the training this week we talked about, but it's definitely helps out. And that's one of the reasons like why I'm here is like the team, all the different people, like they really have a lot of great insight on a lot of that. And those are things that you can reach out to Facebook on certain things, and they are, because you are paying ads, if with at this, they will respond. So if you're, that's one of the things that I've just learned. They're really great about responding back if you're paying them. So
there's one of the protections if you're paying them. So Rita, I saw you raise like
Yeah,
yeah.
I just wanted to add to be really careful about using your Facebook personal page for your business because they can shut you down. That's part of their bylaws or whatever they have set up that they don't want us running. That's why they want you to have a business page. They don't want you running it from your personal page. So just be really careful because you could get shut down and it could take you months to get it back.
So just big, like quick hints on that. Personal profile shouldn't contain any pricing.
Right.
Like that will help you. We can be talking in our personal profile like a professional artist. We actually should, but be careful with the like pricing, like looking like you're running your business there. So we can totally help you funnel your social media to avoid some of the things that could happen. Too many businesses, this is why we're pulling our businesses into a tool. Too many businesses are 100% reliant on social media platforms that they don't own. They're playing and working in someone else's sandbox. And if you get hijacked, if you get shut down, if you get blocked at the wrong time, okay, art bosses unite, okay? Who's been locked and blocked during like the worst time ever when you're trying to close a big sale, okay? So we want to make sure that we're pulling those assets off of Facebook, off of Instagram, off of all those platforms and keeping people in another bucket off platform. Like I don't really care what the algorithm is inside of social medias. Of course, I'm going to relearn them and I'm going to adjust to make them happy, but I'm using their platforms to pull on my leads into my own bucket so that if I do get locked and blocked, I can run things through. I can just send emails. I can set up a YouTube channel in 2 minutes and have everything be delivered there. And I just have to, instead of everything static, I'm going to have to do some videos until everything gets fixed. Okay. So let's make sure that we're protecting ourselves here and make sure that we have 2 containers. That was day 1, 2 containers, social media to find our leads. And then also we need to have an off platform one. Okay. So, great question. We kind of went all over with that one. So thank you for bringing that up, Pam. That's perfect. Perfect. Okay. I see Chris has his hand up. Thank you for using the little icon. Perfect.
Yeah, it took me a while to find it, but anywho, yeah, Zoom's weird like that. But anyway, I'm pretty green at this, but I started out with like a product funnel, and basically it's a free $5 5x7-inch print with upgrades that people can choose from.
Perfect.
And the thing that I kind of struggled as far as that's concerned, because I haven't gotten the sales that I wanted, is, and I've heard from different people in different, I guess, Facebook's groups or whatever, but I've heard you need to make a personal connection. Basically, the funnel should be about the artist. I've heard the funnel should be about the product, and I don't remember what option C was, but yeah, I don't really have clarity as far as what will strike the right chord for a potential customer. Because ultimately, I want to make the sale or get their email address and then get them on my list and then kind of build the relationship via the list and then eventually start hitting them up for sales. If that makes any sense.
It makes total sense. I mean, like you just talked how funnels work. Okay. So like, let's talk about how we make it happen, right? There's theory, right? And then there's action. So what the framework we have, it's proven to work. It's not just a tool that's used by artists. Okay. We're going to show you how to sell artwork with it, but it is a really beautiful system that works to sell anything. So you've nailed it, right? And the only thing I'm going to like comment there is it's not like your funnel. You said it's either A, about you, or B, about your product, or C, I don't know, remember what you said the C was. It's about
Well, I questioned the landing page because I I get a great click-through rate from the ads, the Facebook ads.
Okay.
Get people onto the landing page, and I think like half of them make it to the actual page where the checkout is, but I can't seem to push more people over the hill, just get them
Okay.
to supply their credit card information.
Sure. Sure. Let's unpack that for a minute, because what it sounds like what you're using is what we call a SLO, which is a self-liquidating offer. Okay. So it's when you run an ad, you make an offer and you expect the credit card to be put in by the end of, like, in 3 seconds, you're asking them to make a decision to purchase before they know who you are, before they even like you, before they have really time. They're not usually 3 seconds isn't enough time for most people to make a purchase. It's just not. So we slow down the purchase a little bit. We start telling them a little bit about ourselves. We give them about 3 minutes to decide whether they want to put in their credit card. For the artists who have communicated the value of their offer and are charging $1,000 and more, they're going to need more than even 3 minutes. So all we need to do in that 3 minutes is just get their email address. That's it. And it sounds like you're doing it. So my question to you would be more, let's uncover what's happening after you have the email address. And how are you nurturing and talking and walking those beautiful leads that you've paid for down the path to the sale? And let's make sure that what's at the end of the path to the sale, the solution, is your signature offer, not a $5 print, not a $20, $100. Like, I would love to know more about your product. I would grab a call with me, because I think we can start really digging into where your sales system is breaking down. And I believe it's in, after you capture the email address, it's what's happening after that. You're expecting a sale within 3 minutes. And even if it's only a $10 sale, first of all, that's not enough money to make you make your business profitable.
Well, you're right. It's not.
Okay. And then, so like, let's just skip that part and get them to buy the big shit. Sorry, the big stuff.
Well,
Let's just
no, that
get
makes
them to
sense.
buy the
And I'm
big.
trying to get my website up and running.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we want to be able to close big ticket. Okay. So let's just the math there. And I know, don't get me wrong, having what you have, an SLO, is beautiful. Typically an SLO covers the cost of your ads. I want you to rethink that. If you're looking for, I would like someone to purchase just like a $5, $10, $20 print. I'm just putting numbers out there. Typically what that happens when someone does make a quick decision, it doesn't make you profit. So your business will never be profitable. It'll just cover the cost of finding all the people that you need to find, so you can talk to 200 people and get your 3% conversion rate and close a high ticket.
Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I mean, I don't expect to make like an actual real income, but I just feel like I was doing something wrong with the whole funnel.
No, I expect for you to make a real income. I expect for you to make a real income. But I think that's the breakdown. I think your ads, if you're getting, and I would ask, well, grab a call with me. Honestly, I'm going to drop the link, because this.
All right, I'll do that maybe this Saturday.
Yeah, I do have some Saturday time. I'm going to be doing that. So I'm putting it in.
I mean, I'm getting like 10% click-through rates, and those are awesome, because those are usually like ridiculously stupid good.
That's
But
amazing.
the ultimate conversion rates,
Just not enough time.
Yeah.
Not enough time to deliver the value, like what Shauna was talking about, the true value to your offer. Okay. We don't want to compete with box stores. We don't want to compete with TJ Maxx and Hobby Lobby and stuff, because we'll never win. I was in art licensing for long enough. I know how little they pay for their prints.
Oh yeah. I've given up on competing with Walmart and Amazon.
We can't compete. I mean, I almost took a trip over to China just to see if I could beat the art licensing people at their own game. And I was like, no. Okay. So
yeah, they don't even respect IP over there. Just rip you off in a heartbeat if they can.
So let's figure that out. I put the link out here. I need to hit the return button.
All right, cool.
Oh, and sorry, I went straight out to one person. Let me get
right.
this to everybody. Send to everybody. Okay, I'll take the next question. For some reason, why can't I give that to everybody? I just sent it to you, Kim. I don't know why. Meeting, group chat. Where's my everyone?
I'll go find it, Karen, and put it
Here
in the
it is.
chat. You can go ahead and
There
take
it
more
is. There it
questions.
is. It just took
Oh,
me a
you got
second.
it?
Meeting group
Okay.
chat is everyone.
Awesome.
There it is.
Thank you. I got it finally. All right, Miss Claire, you have your hand up.
Just real quick, I'm probably behind everybody else
In what
on
way?
as far as the progress on my business. So I was recently laid off of my job with being a pharmaceutical rep. So my hope is to stay at home, create an art business, and actually be with my family, which I haven't been past 14 years as a rep. So most of my business right now is coming in as commissions. And I'm doing pet portraits, I'm doing people portraits, I'm doing I'm down here in South Louisiana. So what's really big is like the great blue herons, the egrets and that type of thing. So but what they're asking for as far as commissions go are really small. They're like 8x10s, 5x7s. And I'm trying to think what size. I mean, what when y'all are selling the $1,000 piece, the $3,000, what size is it and what are we talking about? I mean, I do watercolor and I do acrylic.
Well, let can I ask you a couple of questions before we talk about size? Because sorry guys, size doesn't matter.
Okay.
Sorry. It doesn't matter. But I want to ask you, okay, so when they are asking for commissions and they're buying, who are they? Like, how are you finding your customers?
The most of them are actually friends and family.
Okay.
So, but it's I have a website and I have Facebook,
Who you do?
and so a lot of them are coming to me um, from Facebook, but a lot of them are also coming to me from word of mouth.
Okay.
So previous customers
Mm-hmm.
have shown their work and all of a sudden their friends, their sister, their brothers, their cousins are contacting me from all over the country, different states. Most of my clientele do not live in the state of Louisiana. They're coming from Boston, Oklahoma, California, um,
Okay.
for pet
Oh,
portraits, people portraits, but like I said, they're small.
okay.
So it's like $300-400 range for an 8x10 or a 5x7. The biggest I've sold so far is a 30x30 inch great blue heron,
Did you charge for that?
$900 is what they agreed on. So that's close to 1,000, but it wouldn't, I should have charged more, but
No, no, no,
you
no.
know,
We live and learn. I remember my very
yeah.
first painting that I ever sold, and like what that person got, like they should be doing cartwheels over, but like we learn, right? We live and we learn. So here's what I want. I'm going to come from a different perspective. Okay. I want you to think about, how do we get your offer to $1,000 or more? It sounds like totally you have the ability to do it. Okay. You're a pharmaceutical sales rep. Claim your sales power. You know how to do this. Okay. I will let you know that when I moved, because I used to sell big ticket for corporate as well, like paper and clinical trials, and it didn't matter. I would sell it. It's so much easier to sell someone else's product, and you have this team that's doing kind of all the work for you, like finding your leads, telling you where you need to go. Like you're like, okay, send them over a package of blah, 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 right? You have this support team. And when you start to sell your artwork, there's something about the confidence level, because you have to actually, you see all the little cracks and things that happen before you make the offer. Okay. So I just want you to claim your sales power and paint what you want to paint. If you like painting really small, then you paint really small and you charge $1,000. That's your price. If you like painting bigger, you paint bigger and you charge a price that reflects the value of what you're doing and the transformation. It's not about the size. Okay. It is truly about the transformation that you give. I'm gonna open it up to the team, but I want you to, this will help a lot of people reframe this. Okay. This has been a good year or two. Her name was Helen, and she sold tiny, tiny, tiny pieces of artwork. She loved it. She sold to the tiny house market. And her actual teeny tiny paintings were way more expensive than her like 10 by 10s and her 20 by 20s, because that market didn't have big wall space. So if she was like, it takes me longer to do these little ones than it does like my 10 by 10s, my 20 by 20s. She was charging thousands of dollars for little pieces of art because people needed something to go above their toilet in their bathroom next, and people needed something in their kitchen, and they just needed it to be little teeny tiny. So let's walk away from size driving price. Okay. It's a starting place. Yeah. We're going to use size to, but we don't have to just paint small. Like, we make our offer, and if someone wants smaller, it's the same price. Sure, I'll paint smaller for you, but it's the same price. It'll be interesting to see how many people actually take the bigger one when the smaller one, and they're not trying to nickel and dime you. Okay. So you can do this. You can do this. Perfect. Claire, do you have a call with me scheduled? I had a Claire on the calendar, but I didn't have their last name. Grab a call with me. I would love to dig in more.
Okay.
Ren, one thing that I did when I first started, and my mom first, like, she started painting again. She paints little baby gap paintings. And what I did is I told her, I said, look at it like if you're doing a gallery like Statue or any of those people that are like other websites that are selling your artwork, and they take a percentage and they put the shipping and they add all that other stuff on there. Think about that, like what you feel like your bottom dollar would be on it, and then like they add all the fees, and that's actually kind of where you figure out the price of where it helps to get it, kind of get you going. It's a
Yeah,
really
well, you know
fun way.
what, Nick?
It's a
You know
fun
what,
tool.
Nick? I'm going to say this. Claire knows how to price if she's a pharmaceutical rep.
Exactly. I think if she's I was just thinking, and if she's doing small stuff, like it needs to be higher. If
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
getting referrals, she's got a huge market. I mean, that's referrals are the best ones.
Yes.
I love a referral.
You're actually rocking it. You're rocking it out. So for those of you who really are going to struggle more with pricing, so Claire, I'm not like trying to pass over and be like, you're not going to have any problems pricing. It's just when it's personal, it is harder to price. Okay, I'm just going to put that out there. But in the signature offer training, for those of you who were VIPers, I'm going to keep pushing you guys back. I made you the offer. It's a $300 training package. Now, if you didn't take me up on the VIP offer, you're going to pay $300 for that training. It has pricing. It's based on your cost of doing business, your business model, like all of like I'm numbers. I'm a numbers girl. I bet you are too. So it's like, it's cost of doing business. Then it's like, what do you need to make in order to pay yourself the salary you want? That's the price of your signature offer. Then you figure out the rest. Yeah. Like you just and you create your business model based on what your ideal client wants from you and how you solve their problem. So, I would love to talk to Claire and Rita or Shauna, anything to add more to that kind of concept of like not getting in your own way with pricing. Anyone?
Well, I don't know. I think we covered a lot of it, but it's true. I think the point that you made of Claire, you know that your art is way worth more than the value that you're offering it for. So it's really about having the system to be able to increase that price. And that comes from everything, right? That's the content that we deliver on our social media. It's the content that we deliver in email. That's why this system works, because it helps you express the value so that you can get the price you should be getting for your artwork.
Love it. Concise. Rita, I know you look like you were gonna
Oh, I was, but Shauna already said it.
Perfect. Perfect. Awesome. Anyone else have a question? I saw a really good question here I was gonna grab. Let's see here. Now you guys have.
Pam had a question about I'll just read it. I built
Would you?
built myself a website during COVID. I find that visitors use my WooCommerce store as a catalog, and then they contact me via email to inquire. I generally sell to them because I have personal contact. Should I be worried that visitors do not feel comfortable buying from my WooCommerce store?
So it's, what are the results you're getting again? So I'm trying to read where that question is.
It is the second one from the bottom, so right above Clara.
Okay, I want to know, Pam, how many people actually do you close? How many people buy after they contact you?
80%.
So on a monthly basis, how many sales are you closing from your website?
I don't know.
Well, then, okay, I'm gonna call you on that one. 80%, but you don't know?
Well, trying to find out that what they're doing is using it as a calendar is just kind of happenstance. Like I've finding they're opening my website while I'm at their house, and then they're saying, "Oh, I like this one and I like that one." So, I found out that they're using it as a catalog,
Okay.
and I usually close because I'm right there, right? But I've never had a sale directly from my WooCommerce store.
Okay. Okay. That's where I was trying to get. So yes, it is a beautiful catalog. Okay. And having the traditional websites, okay, we can, like, we have training on the difference between a traditional website and a funnel website. Traditional website does not drive purchase. It just doesn't have the ability to do it. That's why we're talking about sales funnels, and we're talking about incorporating sales funnels into our business. So that's okay that your website is just a brochure. And what we want to have happen is we want to have your tools, whether you want to keep using your website, if it's bringing in 200 people that are giving you an email address every single month, that's great. Okay. But if it's not, let's get the tool that collects those email addresses. Let's start, we call it tossing the salad. Okay. We have 2 containers. So we're in social media. Okay. Very targeted. We call it marketing campaigns. We're targeting and we're getting our artwork in front of people, and we toss the salad up. And this is the aha moment for a lot of people. When you make an offer or talk to someone in your social media and they respond and they push on the computer, we can set it up in a way that allows for us to go, I know exactly who clicked on the button. Okay. And if you don't have your business and your tool set up to be able to do that, that's what you're missing. And so then so you make an offer to come over to your email list. Okay. And as soon as they click on the button to say, yes, I want to learn more, we've got them. And then when they're over in the email list, what do? We toss them back over to see stuff that's going on in our social media or our website. We can use tools to like click when they actually see specific pieces of artwork on our websites. But if we're not doing this, we can't see the people who are engaging, because as soon as they click on the button, we see that their name. We see, oh, Susie Q just took a look at that piece of artwork. That's what that tool does for you. And it's through an opt-in. We're not like taking data from people. Okay. The difference between Facebook Insights and Google Insights, they'll tell you, oh, you had 8,000 people go to your website, but you don't know who. Metaverse will be like, you got a reach of, 1,500 people saw your post, but you don't know who. If you don't know who, you can't do anything. But when you have a tool that actually shows you the name, the phone number, and the email address, now you got a real who. Now you got someone that is opted in and said, tell me more. It's your job to tell them more. And that's how you close sales. Okay, so cool. So your website, it is, folks, sorry, the traditional website is just a brochure. I think we talked about that was what I really dug into on day 1. At the very end, it was my bonus training. Cool. Okay. There's another question. Claire, does the form of art you're doing affect the signature offer? Your signature offer is your art. So no. Claire, tell me a little bit, or Clara, I'm sorry, it's Clara. Tell me a little bit about your artwork. Can you unmute and tell me about your artwork? Oh, there you are.
There we go. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I do abstract art. I've done a few traditional art, like painted things, but I'm mostly abstract art. I do brush painting and I also do fluid art.
Okay, cool. Love all of
And
it.
I also do resin art.
Okay. Okay, super
Um,
cool. Yeah. I mean, I just wanted to make sure, what your like, were you a product or a service? Because I know someone says that they teach classes, and I would love to talk to you today too, whoever was they said that they teach classes. But your signature offer is just getting clarity on the value, right? We're talking this word, we're using the word value a lot. There's so much value to our artwork, and it's getting clarity on what that value is for ourselves, because a lot of us don't even know what the value of our artwork truly is. We know, like, we feel it, but we don't know it up here, and we can't definitely talk about it. So that's what we want you guys to have, is a signature offer, that when someone asks you what you do for a living, when someone asks you about your artwork, you're consistently messaging the same way to your signature offer, to the offer that's out there in the marketplace that will make you money.
can you just give me an example of a signature offer, like what you would, if I was going to say, tell somebody about my signature offer, what would I be saying?
Clara, do you have the VIP? I feel like
Yeah, I do.
recognized the name. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Grab that signature offer training, because it would take me about 2 hours to walk you through exactly.
Okay.
That's why I do the training. Okay. It's not a 3-minute answer, but I'm giving you guys all the ability to, like what, for $17, maybe you paid 37 for it. You're going to be able to see exactly what you need to do. And we're going to give you, at the very end of the signature offer training, you come out with a value statement. It's just a statement that allows for you to have all the components of your messaging, so that you have it here. You're like, I love my art. You know, right? You have it up here, and now it can come out fluidly and consistently the same way, no matter if you're writing a post, if you're writing an artist statement, you're creating an elevator pitch, if you're whatever you're doing, so that you can get clarity on what the offer you're taking to market is. Okay. Most people who first start out their businesses have no idea what it's a value. Google these words. Okay. So for some people, they're like, I don't know what any of those words are that she's using. Google them. Okay. They're very common marketing terms that if you haven't heard them before, you wouldn't know, and that's okay. Value propositions, value statements, they're all what goes into creating a signature offer, so that when your ideal client sees your artwork and they've seen it before, they know what you stand for, and they know, they're starting to learn and become aware of why they need what you do, and why they need your painting in their house, or they need, in their house, in their studio, in their work, in their wherever. Okay. Because ultimately, if we only try to sell artwork because we're trying to put a pretty piece of picture on someone's wall, they can walk down the street to TJ Maxx and do that for $15.
Right.
Okay. So we've got to get clarity on what our signature offer is. So yeah, watch the training, and also, for those of you who have the VIP offer, next Wednesday, that's July 31st at 11 a.m., you have an invite to our signature offer training meeting. After you watch the training, then you're like, give me an example. I'm going to pull up a tool that we have, and we're going to create it right there with you. You have access to that tool in that training offer too.
Yeah. I'm not
Okay.
sure I can make that one, but
Perfect.
that's
But yeah,
the day of my art show, my art festival.
worst case scenario, then you just have to watch it in replay. You'll watch me do it for
That's
someone
perfect.
else. Okay.
Thank you.
I know. Okay, cool. Perfect. We have a few more questions. If anyone wants to jump ahead of the list in here, I like to talk to you versus just read them. Ooh, do we have the art teacher here? Like, someone said that they're an art teacher. Can you unmute? If you're
I
brave.
teach art. Well, I do. I call them art. I'm a
Terry.
teacher, but yes, but I'm not the person that I didn't put on there that I was an art teacher. So there's someone else out there. But I discovered art after my father passed away, and I used it for healing. And then I was also into a tragic accident. So I discovered neurographic art, used that. Then I turned it into transformational art, and that led to actually me becoming an art teacher, mentor, and creating art mentorships where I teach art, doing it that way,
Okay.
using a healing art medium.
Okay. I think we have feedback. So would you mind turning off your mute just that way I can chat because I'm sorry. Perfect. But I'll let you unmute again. We just had a feedback there. So I wanted to let you guys know that inside of the champagne room, what comes in there, we don't even talk about it, but there is a membership site that sits inside of the champagne room too. So it allows for you to walk away from some of the cost, like from Teachable. And if you have some of those other like cost in your business, which can add up. Okay. So that was just the little plug I was going to do for the champagne room. Most of us as artists don't need the membership site because we're not delivering a lot of big content and video content, right? But just so you know, it's over there. When we're using the Art Boss formula, we can sell a service or a product or both. Okay, so this whole formula works for selling products and services. Okay, so I've worked with yoga teachers, Reiki healers, energy healers, and it really is beautiful when you have like if your art is kind of what is your hook, and then people then purchase your yoga classes or you can lead with your yoga and then they get art as well, right? We talk about that. So and Sherry, I think I'm talking to you this weekend. Yes. Okay, perfect. So I saw someone, thank you. I saw someone who said, so will we see an example of a funnel website? I'm like going to go, has anyone seen an example of my funnel website? Raise your hands here. Okay. Anyone else seen it? Anyone else? Oh, come on. Anyone else seen my funnel website? Anyone here today? Because the only reason you're here is because you were in my funnel website. If you saw my ad, or if you've been in my beautiful audience that I love and adore for maybe 3 or 4 years, you were in a funnel website at the very beginning. When you saw my offer to come to the
trick question.
What?
It's a trick question.
It's a trick question. So everybody has seen my funnel website. Everybody. Okay. Every single person here has seen it. And I just want you to know that whether you want to or not, you actually need to be setting up funnels for people to say, yes, tell me more. Okay. I didn't go out there and force you to watch my training. I asked you, do you want to learn more? And you said, yes, I want to learn more. Then I delivered what I promised. Okay. And then I made you guys an offer too. So you've lived through a funnel. Okay. I'm going to kind of throw out here. All right. So sometimes people are like, ooh, okay. If you're not putting yourself in funnels, like a lot of times you're going to start recognizing when you're out in social media, when you're kind of looking at people's websites, I want you to become more aware that there's a traditional website. It has the learn more about section, the gallery, the like all the different pages and a little cart in the corner. You're typically in a traditional brochure. There are so many funnels out there. I want you to start recognizing and start noticing how it's driving you to make certain decisions, and it's giving you options to learn certain things. It's giving you options to purchase either this product or this product. A funnel drives purchase because every call to action is actually goes to another place with another offer. And that's what we're going to be building for you. Okay. So I'm just going to grab the last funnel I fell into. Okay. So, and if you're out there in social media, okay, you all are about my age, right? So Jane Seymour is she was a medicine woman back in the day, right? So she's more closer to my mom's age, but has anyone seen this body cream, body firm cream? Has anyone seen it? Okay. I would normally not buy this. I would normally not buy this. Now, I'm not encouraging you to go out and like force people to buy your stuff, but the way that it was compellingly put together and driving me to purchase, after I bought it, I was like, I think I need to talk to people about how amazing funnels are, because if I went to her website and I poked around and I read stuff and then I went over here and then I had to put something into a cart and I wouldn't have purchased. I wouldn't have. And we're not trying to close $1,000 offer in a funnel. Okay. This was 80 some dollars. Cream, 80 some dollars. What the heck? What was I thinking? I don't know. But I just want to be like, they got my email address and I keep on getting information. Okay. So we want to be serving people. I do not want you guys to think that what I'm telling you is that you have to be like Jane Seymour and you have to go out there and try to do this. What I'm telling you is that when they see your artwork, they stop, they visually dine on your artwork, they get a hit of dopamine. They're not even aware what your artwork is doing for them. Okay, so step number one, start making them aware of how important your artwork is because it gives them hits of dopamine. It's proven, scientifically proven. Then spend time with them, serving them, sharing with them the value of your product before you make a 5K offer. Don't try to close everything in 3 minutes. Take the time that it takes. So yes, Sherry. Okay, one more time. I'm going to ask you to unmute.
Okay. So I did something like this similar, but it was more of a website based. It wasn't funnel based. And they had it set up with a marketing program. And they said that basically we're going to hold my hand for me and create everything for me. And then I signed on and basically it was just a template and I was responsible for all the content and webinars.
Yes.
It was, I feel like I was sold a bag of goods. And so I'm very reluctant to invest in something when I don't have the technological skills to do this. And I'm get overwhelmed and frustrated. And then I just am like, ugh. And then I avoid it because I'm overwhelmed and I'm back to it. But I just feel that's why I'm reluctant, I guess, when you say funnel and
I love that you said that. I love that you said that. Okay. Honestly, I feel the same way. I have tried so many different products and tested so many of them. So I want you to know you're not alone. And I love that you've tested some other things. I'm also going to cheerlead you really quick and say everything that you learned from that experience has set you up to be more successful. Okay. So like, claim the win. Okay. So, and I think I know exactly who you're talking about. I won't throw anyone under the bus, but I know exactly who you're talking about. Okay. Like we all do. Okay. Here's the difference. Okay. I used to just teach people how to set all this up. That's all I did. Right. Like, how do you set up a selling event? How do you set up your social media? How do you use those tools and set up a funnel? Last year, that clarity that I got last year, at the very beginning, when I kind of shared what I want from my year this year is to actually have my tools do more of my work for me, was the clarity I started seeing. If I didn't have automations, my business would have kind of like really taken a horrible hit when my father passed away and when my son was, I just call it whirly squirrely, when my son was whirly squirrely, because I was being pulled for personal reasons, and my business stayed really firm because I didn't have to worry about the lead generation and really even nurturing. All I had to do was get these automations set up, and I only needed to talk to a couple of people every week. I just needed to talk to it. It created this ability for me to just claim my time back and still stay really focused and give my business what it needed to still produce income, because my business needs to pay the bills. Okay. So I want you to know that I basically have people on retainer for you guys. Like, whether you guys show up to the meetings, whether you guys let us build your stuff for you, because people will pay us to build their stuff and then I never see their face again. Like, I can't build something for you if you never give me a piece of artwork to put on your website, right? So we have these people on retainer, and I want you guys to be able to have these things built for you. They are base templates that we then refine with you. And the more that you can give us and tell us about the clarity of your business, the tighter and more powerful it becomes. That's why we work with you for a year. Okay. And so whether it's your lead mag, it's that we're here every single week. I want people to unmute. Rita, you do a meeting once a month. What do you share with what your superpower is?
Okay, there. I was trying to unmute. I do every Monday. I do a live, and just talking to them about my art, talking to them and getting to know them while they're watching me paint. I'm asking questions. I mean, it's just a really it's fun for me as well as them. So they want to tune in every week, and then you're building this relationship, right? You're nurturing and you're getting to know them on a personal level. I mean, some of them they tell you like the weirdest things. Like I've got a lady that she has poppies all over her house. So, well, guess what? I'm going to paint poppies, right? And I'm going to paint them, and then I'm going to tag her and say, "Hey, look at this." And so, it's just about building
Yeah.
relationships and nurturing them.
So, and that's a really great lead in because Rita is our camera ready coach. So she reviews your content, your lives that allows for you to make your lives even more powerful. We know that how you show up in in your lives impacts how much money you can make. So that's an example of someone who she does this all the time and she helps guide you. Okay. I'm there 3 hours a week for you guys. You have direct access to me 3 hours a week for strategy. Okay. It's pretty crazy. 3 hours. Shauna, like share a little bit about she's our content aficionado.
Well, I'm in there once a month and we will really help refine any content you bring. And then we also teach you how to quickly create content. So you actually get two sides of that, right? But if you have an email or you have content that you've been posting out there on social media and you're like, I don't know why this didn't get very many hits on it. I thought this was really good. You can bring it and we'll analyze it and tweak it, and then you can put it back out there.
I want to add to that content is we build your content for you. We'll do the whole entire 3 months. And I have a VA staff that will manage your social media, your Facebook group for you. So it takes, again, that's the first thing everybody stops doing. I don't have time. I'm not going to post anymore. And it's one of the most critical things we need to do. Now and I'm just going to go through not all of our coaches can join this session, but we have Diana Manti, who's actually on the other side of the world right now. She's in Indonesia, so she wouldn't be here right now, but she still builds out your Facebook ads for you and shows you, like every month, will show you like what you're like, how's it looking now? She's like, it looks great. Or maybe she's like, we need to put a new picture in, or so it's so hands-on. And the whole entire tool, okay, the tool is sitting out there, the champagne room. Remember, I don't own it. I just use it. Okay. I have loaded all of my templates in there and you have them, whether you want to use them or not. Okay. So you have all of the champagne room support. It's twice a week, technical issues, it's training. You have all of that. And I've added in Katie Ford, who builds your funnels for you and runs a weekly meeting when you have questions. Okay. So this isn't a oh, here are all the templates. Have fun. Have fun. It's not. Okay. We're going to build all these things for you and then show you how to use them. So I'm going to kind of summarize this part of I'm going to summarize this and I'm going to be transparent as well. I have a lot of friends who run agencies. Okay. I do a lot of masterminds. Okay. I'm in groups with people who are running huge businesses. I love my mastermind groups. And they're agencies, a lot of agencies. They think I'm stupid that I teach you guys how to use this stuff. Okay. They think, what the heck are you doing, Ren? You're building it for them and you're showing them how to use it. You're putting yourself out of business. Here's the thing. I know that for my business, I want to learn how to do things so that I know how to do them. And then I want to have the choice whether I want to have someone continue to build it for me, or is this something I can do myself? So I run my business like I want to be treated. And guess what? There are so many people who need this service. I'm not really worried about being able to find another client. So it's a scarcity mindset, in my opinion, perspective, versus just trying to keep all the information. So we'll build it for you and we'll show you how to use it. Okay. So, I see your hand still up. I just want to make sure I covered everything for, Miss Sherry. So, but perfect. Sherry, we'll talk again this weekend and we'll look at your businesses because I think you have multiple businesses and we're going to take that roadmap and we're going to really plug in your answers. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Any other questions? I'm going to go and read the stream. But go ahead and unmute because it's really hard to find the question. That's why I'm not a good chat person because I can never find what I'm looking for.
I think Suzette raised her hand that she's also a teacher as well.
Okay, Suzette, girlfriend. Yeah. Do you want to unmute? Chat?
Hi there.
Hi.
Yeah, I teach classes as well, group sessions, and I travel around to do that as well.
Okay.
So yeah, trying to do it online, I feel like it would save me a lot of effort in driving and
That's what I was going to ask. Have you moved it online yet, or is it one of those things you feel like the hands-on is just what you need to be doing? Tell me a little
I
bit.
am sort of stuck on that line between, hands-on and being able to help direct the process is helpful, especially with beginners. So, I'm one of the reasons I'm here is I'm also investigating doing it online to get a bigger audience and to make my income more viable.
Definitely. Do you mind if I ask you a little bit about your price point? Would that be okay?
Sure. I'm doing like collage workshops and where I provide the board and the materials. And
Okay.
it's usually 2.5 hours long. And I'm charging 85 plus HST.
Okay. Are you in Canada?
Yeah.
So that would be about $100 in US dollars-ish. Okay, good. I'm just doing some quick conversion.
Actually, it's less. No, you got to divide by 1.33, I think.
Oh, it's less expensive here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Probably get more like 50.
50. Okay. That's where I was trying to get into what. Okay. So at that price point, you don't want to have to pay for gas. You don't want to have to drive a couple hours. You don't want to have to drive to a new city where you have to pay for a place to stay potentially.
Yes.
And at that price point, and are those usually beginner people as well?
It's usually a mixed bag. Sort
Intermediate.
of beginner to intermediate, people who want to try and branch or add some other element to their work that they're doing.
Do you think an intermediate person would be willing to spend more than your 85 Canadian dollars?
Yeah, I think so. Usually that would be a longer, more intensive class in collage because there's so much to learn.
Mhm.
I'd say usually that would be like a 2 to 3 day workshop.
Okay.
And then
would
that
that
would
be all day?
probably be an offer of 250, I would think.
Would that be an all day or would it be a couple hours for 3 days in a row? Again, I'm just,
It should be an all day.
do you think it should? Do you think it needs to be?
If it was an online one, perhaps not, because you could do the demos. But I just find in the actual physical workshops, it takes longer to do all the
And navigate
processes.
the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I just really was trying to help you see a signature offer that was closer, that is closer to a price that you want to charge. Okay. So, and the value behind it. So I think we could work together to really talk about an offer that would be $1,000 offer, right? And I don't know what it looks like exactly right now, but I want you to start thinking about that. You do have an offer. We just got you 3 times what you're paying or charging right now. And the goal is to get you. So now you're selling to the world. So you could fill that class with 100 people, limited to the 20, 30 people who live in the area who want to take it. Right. Or just even finding those 20 to 30 people sometimes can be an expense or can be, you never know. You agree. Okay. Shauna and I have done this before. When I say I've done everything, we've done it all. Right. And I've been where I'm like, great, I'm running a stupid class for 3 people and I'm making pennies now. Right. They said they were going to get 50 people and you come in the room and you got paid per person and you're like, well, that's silly.
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Or to back out, to forget. Yeah, I've had it all. Yeah.
Yeah, we've had it all. So let's talk about how to do it. So have you grabbed a call with me yet?
I think I might have just done it before the class.
Perfect. Perfect.
I'm not sure. I
So
haven't gone back to look yet. So
that's okay. I would love to break this out and really where I see right now, like trying to uncover what you need to do next is you need to get your price up. Okay. And I think
okay.
that that's going to be really easy to do. And the only way you get your price up is actually to sell these puppies, because the more that you sell, the more that other people see, oh, they think it's valuable. Right. So,
Yes. Yeah.
okay.
That follows suit.
And let's get it out to more people, so you're not only limited to the people who
In
can
the
drive.
local area.
Mhm.
Yeah. Or definitely. That's why I'm here. Because I know I've got a gift, and to not teach is like it's a shame because I enjoy it. And most of the time I get comments like, oh my God, you give us so much, so yeah, the
You
offer
don't
increase would be
underdeliver.
wise.
You don't
No, I never
underdeliver.
underdeliver.
Oh no, I can tell. I can tell. I love that your goal. So we're going to go back to the beginning and talk about the goals. Okay. So you have this goal. You said it. You're like, I kind of was placed on this earth to be a teacher, and it'd be a shame if I couldn't. Okay. So your goal is wrapped around what I want for my business to do for me this year. What I want to have happen in my business is being able to make this profitable for myself, and put a number. Like, it'd be really helpful when we talk for you to be like, I really want X amount a month. Okay. Because it's anytime we have a goal, then I'm like, okay, that means we need to get your offer out in front of X number of people, for so many people to say yes to you. I want to learn more. And then how many people are going to purchase? We need those numbers. Okay. So, okay, cool.
All right. Yeah. And then I also sell art as well. So,
Which is fabulous. Okay. Then I'm going to have more questions for you.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'll set up a meeting and we can dive in.
Perfect.
All right.
Perfect.
Thank you. I'll
welcome.
mute myself here.
All right. I do see there's a question about, for those of us who truly don't have the money for your program right now, what's the number one thing to do? Okay. So I want you to take action. Okay. I first want you to be able, if you're not a VIP, rewatch all of the training that happened this week. Okay. I know you've watched it already. Miss Jasmine, I think she popped out already. Jasmine, I was talking to her earlier, and she said this. She's like, we are only capable of learning so much when we're listening to presentations. And that's why I'm always like, get your golden nugget, walk away with the win for the day. Okay. But when you rewatch it, there are going to be things that start clicking in. So you're going to start learning more. You're going to potentially come up with a concept that you can work in with Mr. Google. Okay. You can date Mr. Google for a while. We want you to get ready to work with us. And if you're not ready right now, then you have clarity and you have awareness on what is really happening in the online market and the tools and the systems that you need. We're here for you to build it out for you, or we're here for you to show you how to do it. So the person who said, it was Gianna, you said, like, you're asking the question, how do I start doing this? Okay. If you're tech savvy, we'll give you the tools. I give you the full training library. Okay. But I know the best results are when you actually work with us versus me just giving you the tool in a library and have at it. But if you really you're super tech savvy, you can do it the do it yourself way. Like, we have do it yourself packages. Okay. So, but I don't want you guys to, people who buy the do it yourself packages. And this is the slide. I don't have the slide in front of me. I don't even think I can get to it fast. I have a lot of tech savvy people who are like, yep, no, I just need the tool. Just show me your training library. I even give them for a small group, I gave them access to a weekly meeting with me and my team. But what ended up happening is they didn't put the time to it. They got frustrated. It took them 8 months, plus they had to pay for the tool. So they end up spending more money than if they just let us build it in the first place and find the leads for them. Now, if you're super tech savvy and you're like, yeah, I work in technology all the time, just go buy the Champagne Room. It's not my tool. I'll even give you the preloaded, the one that's preloaded if you really want that. But just reach out to me if you're like, I want to do it myself. But to me, 8 months before you're ever making money is too much time. I really just I don't want to see you guys suffering like that. It's hard for me to watch you guys when I'm like, our team can do it in a week because Katie Ford, that's all she does all day long. She's a funnel master. She does all day long. Okay, so just let me know if you just wanted the do it yourself package, but be prepared that it takes longer for you to learn this skill set. Awesome. Anybody else with questions? We're like popping up here. We're going on 2 hours. Okay. If you're still here and you haven't grabbed a clarity call with me, grab a clarity call. Okay. I'm just gonna basically work more in depth with you. Let me grab this real quick. I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. I
Hey,
always print out my
Karen,
extra. Yeah, go for
do
it.
you have the link to the Art Boss
Program? Yeah.
offer? We have Heather Marie. I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
sure.
thank you.
Or just
Thank
go back to the group. You have that offer in the group, right?
I do, but I'm gonna put it here right now. This is
Okay.
the best thing about the champagne room is pretty links so that when someone goes, hey, can I have your calendar for your pet portrait calendar? You can literally give them to them this easy. And I'm making sure I have it going out to everybody. Okay, this is a pretty link. And when you click on it, it's going to take you to a funnel. Hello is a funnel again. Okay, it's a tool that you guys can use. So you can click on that. And if someone's like, I still don't know what you mean by a funnel. Okay, that is what's called a funnel. It's driving to a purchase. Okay, so, and we set it up for you to do that for artwork. We do that for art classes, for yoga classes, for life coaching. Okay, because I know we have for Reiki healers, we have a lot of manifestation artists. Okay, so it looks different because it's going to have your artwork in it, but it's still the same framework. Okay, so this is what we're gonna end up doing. Okay, we're gonna work through, and this was Thursday's training when I walked you through your sales process, but we're gonna plug in your numbers and do this. Okay, so grab a call with us. Cool. Any last questions? Because I'm not going to read through all the chat because I get lost in it. But you can unmute if you have anything that you want to add before we close down the call.
I have a quick question.
Go for it.
I'm a photographer as well.
Perfect.
I would need two websites, I would think, or no, I could.
When we watch the signature offer, this isn't about selling one piece of artwork at a time. It's about getting clarity on who you are, what you're about, what your value is. Doesn't matter what the actual product is, doesn't matter what size, it doesn't matter what the medium is, okay? They're going to want to work with you. Okay. If you want to create two websites and you want to create two funnel systems, and you just don't need to.
Okay. I don't want to. I'd rather have one.
I'm about simplicity. So I am like always, this is my best way that I can help you guys is sometimes to help take all that overwhelm and all the stuff that you're like, well, I need to be over here. And I keep you just really focused. Like I keep on going, just find leads. We just need to find leads. And then once we find the leads, we need to talk to them. And once we talk to them, we need to make offers. It really is that simple, but there's so much going on that we have to have a framework to hitch it all onto. So two different mediums. No. One artist. Think that way. The only time I will tell you you need two different funnels is if you have two different buyers. So for example, if you are, I'm sorry, whoever I was chit-chatting with Suzette, if you sell artwork and you sell art classes, those are two different buyers. Okay. Yeah, that becomes a little trickier then for us who are actually art teachers. So the people who are in one funnel, like, because you want it separated out by the customer type, right? So for Suzette, she needs artists who want to learn how to be better artists, and she needs people who want to buy her art. That's the only time. Okay. But if it's just artwork, don't make more separation points than you need to. Okay, it's still just an art lover who's going to buy. Some of them might buy your photography, and some of them might buy your paintings or your sketches. Or okay, so great question. And then Linda. Hey, Linda. How are you? I'm going to ask you to unmute.
She was having problems unmuting and she actually put it down here.
Okay. So, and
no worries.
I'm clicking on the prompt. Linda, we're meeting, aren't we? We have a meeting, yes? Okay. If you want to add, did you put the full detail of the question, Shauna? Did she put the full?
Her question is Kajabi in the champagne room.
Yeah, membership site. Yes, we have that. It's not called Kajabi, but we do have, it would replace your cost of Kajabi. Okay. And I want to see your Kajabi when we talk. I want to see how you're using it too. Okay, perfect. All right. Okay. We'll see you guys soon. Okay. And you guys have a great weekend. Okay. Monday and Tuesday are bonus days as well. So those will be all lives if you want to watch them in replay or swing by. Monday, I'm going to talk about your launch calculator. Like, how do you do a selling event to actually match what you need to, like, it's all the numbers. It's like, how many leads do you need to have? What price are you charging? It's a beautiful calculator. I'm going to be giving that to you on Monday. Okay. Awesome. Lovely. You guys have a great one, and I will talk to you guys next week.
Thanks, Ren.
Bye.